In another video, we showed how to create a payroll item in QuickBooks to be able to deduct a wage garnishment from a paycheck. And we showed how to attach that to the employee and how to add that to the paycheck. Well, in this video, we want to look at, once those funds have been deducted from the paycheck, then how do you pay the person that's supposed to get the amount that was withheld from the paycheck. So that's what we're going to look at. Here is the paycheck for the employee that got the deduction. If we were to look at the detail of the paycheck here, you'd see the wage garnishment deducted $335.79 right there on the paycheck. So the question is, once that happens, how do you pay the agency that's supposed to get the wage garnishment? If I go to the Payroll Center, which is where I go to pay taxes and other deductions from the paycheck, here's the section that usually has the deductions, like for the IRS, and in California, we're paying the Employment Development Department, and those things would be here. And there we can see two of them. There's one for the IRS there, there's one for the EDD. Where's the wage garnishment? How do we pay that? There's actually a couple of ways to do that. You can go to create custom payments, and it will give you the opportunity to pay that. But let me show you how to get that into this grid or into this list here that lists everything else that you need to pay that's a paycheck deduction or related to payroll in some way. To do that, I'm going to click on this Manage Payment Methods. So Manage Payment Methods, it also controls managing when these things are paid, when they're going to show up in that list. And QuickBooks starts the payroll setup program. And let me pull that over here into this screen that we're looking at. So I can click continue here. Here are the tax items. If I wanted to edit one of those, I could, but I'm looking for that wage garnishment. So here's a window that's telling me, okay, I'm done with the tax items. How about other things that are deducted from paychecks? And that's what I'm looking for. So I'm going to click continue again, and there's the wage garnishment. No regular payments are scheduled. All right, so let's highlight that. Let's click edit. All right, when is it due? When should it pop up in that window? Now, unfortunately, we're limited on the choices we have. You know, when we have taxes, we can say, you know, with every payday, I want the taxes due and I want to be able to pay them, or once a month on the 15th of the next month. We don't have those same options here, but I can say, you know what, if I want to pay this every time after I pay the employee, and I'm paying my employee every 2 weeks, then I'm going to pick weekly. So weekly, make it due on Monday, the week after the payroll that I created. All right, let's try that. I'm going to click on Finish, and then Finish here. That's all I need in the payroll setup program. So give it just a moment. Okay, so now we're back at the Pay Liabilities section in the Payroll Center. And if you notice right here, the very first line, because it's this is a sample program, and in the sample program, the current date is December 15th of 2022. So the next Monday is going to be 12/19/22, and that's when it's telling me, okay, in 4 days, you need to pay this Wilhite wage garnishment. As far as the date goes, it's not as precise. The big advantage that I can see is that it gets that wage garnishment and any other deductions that you might have like that into this list where they can be paid just like you pay everything else related to payroll. And of course, all I would do is put my check mark there if I was ready, click on View Pay, and there's my check. If you watched the other video, you saw that I told you that when you create the wage garnishment item, it's not required, but it's a good idea to tell QuickBooks what the vendor is. It was the Franchise Tax Board. And so it knows then to create the check for that vendor. I also told you there's usually a number associated with the wage garnishment. It's a good idea to put that in too, even though it's optional, because there it is. It prints right on the memo line of the check. So when I pull this up, it's ready to go. All I have to do is save it and then print it. So very quick and easy. If you'll go through that procedure, any of your wage garnishments, any of your other deductions will show in this same window right here that you're used to using anyway. So thanks for watching.